Oh, no,
You want me to stop it and start over?
In honor of Black History Month, Hcdesu has decided to shed light on young Black entrepreneurs on campus. And today we are here with
Sean Davidson.
And you are
a junior. Oh, I'm the owner of Fear Third. I'm the CEO of Fear Third.
Right. So how did you start that?
I started freshman year, spring. I was bored one day and I was just talking to my homies about like starting a brand, and one day I was brainstorming names. And originally the name was Third Person, but I rebranded like a couple months later to Fear Third. So yeah.
Do you feel like a closeness to the number 3? Like, where did that come from?
Well, third is like third is not really like the number 3. It's more of like there's a deeper meaning to that. It's not like the number 3. Like there's a reasoning behind why I chose third. You know what I'm saying?
You want to share the reason?
All right. So basically, it's a long story. I'm trying to make a long story short.
Do you?
Basically, when I was in 9th grade, I was like 13, 14. I went to Jamaica, and my grandma owns a house in Jamaica, and she had a weed plant like outside of her like lawn, like a big weed plant outside. I didn't notice it until my dad said something about it. So me being a curious 14-year-old boy, right?
Bad.
Yeah. I look at the weed plant and I'm like, I'm about to eat some of this. So I don't know why, I'm about to eat some of it. So I take a couple pieces off the weed plant and I start eating it. And then like an hour, a couple goes by and I start feeling weird. Like I just start feeling like, it wasn't really high. Well, it was a mixture of feeling high and feeling something else I had never felt. I don't know if that's because it was like straight from the source, natural, raw. I don't know what it was, but I eat it and I start feeling high, like out of my body. So then, like I'm not really enjoying the feeling, right? So then I'm like, all right, like maybe it will be better like tomorrow. So that night I went to sleep. I went to sleep early just so I can just get it over with. Like I can just wake up and be fine. I go to sleep that night. And I had a panic attack in the middle of the night. Like I woke up, my heart was racing. I felt like my heart was beating out my chest. And I was telling my dad, like I think I need to go to the hospital. I think I'm about to die. And he was like, boy, go back to sleep, this, that, and the third. Like, you feel me? Like he wasn't trying to hear none of that. And I thought I could swear I was about to die that night because that had never happened to me. Like,
so would this like have been like your first time like experiencing anything with weed?
Nah. I smoked prior to that. Like I think I smoked once before that, and like the next morning everything was fine. Like it wasn't my first experience, but it was my first time having a panic attack. So I go back to sleep. Like eventually calm myself down. Like I try to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. You feel me? Go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and I still feel high. And I'm like, yo, like what's up? Like for me, I thought it would have wore off by now. So then I'm like, all right, maybe it was real strong. Like maybe in a couple hours it'll be all right. Hour, 2 hours, 3 hours go by. I still feel out of my body. I still don't feel the same person. So then I'm really starting to panic. Like I'm looking up things on Google. Like I'm just doing all this research and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't really find any explanation. So like I'm just really worried. Like I'm really worried about myself. Like I don't know what's going on with me. Like I don't know what's happening. So that whole trip, we was gone for 2 weeks. The whole trip, I didn't feel myself. I still felt out of my body. Like I didn't feel the same before that night. So I get home and that's when I really started to do research. Like I really started to do my research and stuff. And basically, what happened? What happened was the panic attack that I had. It caused made me develop a disorder called depersonalization disorder, and basically what that is just your body. You know, I thought I was gonna die, so your body, your brain kind of shuts off your emotions, like kind of has like a fight or flight type instinct, and like I guess the weed triggered that, but the panic attack is really what made me like not feel like I didn't come down from my high. So from that day, there was a whole span of time, like I was going to my sophomore year in high school. That whole year, I didn't feel the same. Like I didn't feel myself. Like I didn't feel like I did before that night in Jamaica. So after that year, like I felt myself slowly progressing, like slowly getting better. You feel me? Slowly going back to myself, but not quite 100%. So yeah, sophomore year goes by, junior year goes by, senior year goes by, and now I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm kind of, you know, used to the feeling, and it's kind of not like, it didn't really affect me as much as it did when it first happened. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, like I just started to slowly wear off. Like I started to slowly feel myself again, like slowly, very slowly. And yeah, so then I get to college and stuff like that, and you know, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke because in fear, like that whole process was gonna just start, restart. And when I did start drinking, it's kind of weird. Like I did kind of feel like I did back then, but not for that long. Like it would wear off in like a week or two. You feel me? It's just really weird. But so that being said, like that stuff still affects me to this day. Like it still does affect my life. So like, you know, I have different ways to cope with it. I know how to like control it, know how to handle it. You know what I mean? So the reason my brand name is Fear Third is because third represents third person, like being out of your body, like third person, like, you know what third person, like looking at yourself through a third person view, like that's how I felt. That's how I felt for so long. So that's why, like that's what third represents. And fear, like fear third, meaning like it's kind of a testimony to like, you know,
Which one third?
yeah, and you know, like why being sober and like being sober is so important, because like stuff like that can happen, you know what I mean? So yeah.
That's actually really creative. Like, I didn't know where you was going with the story. Like, I kind of had this idea of like, this probably said, I was thinking like third personality or something. I don't know, but like that's actually really creative. So like, we see that your design and stuff, and like also on the TV, it's kind of like not like all over the place, but it's like a lot of things going on at once. Does like you have like fear third or fearing like the third person, is that kind of like plays into the idea of like the designs that you had?
Well, this design is really just my brand name design, but my other designs like this, this says Home for the Clinically Insane. This has like a whole bunch of different people on it. It's kind of like I don't know, it kind of plays into the, you know, the mental health like aspect, you know, like schizophrenia. Like I'm a big advocate for mental health, because like mental health, people take that for granted. Like mental health is a big thing, and like people don't really, you know, people don't really, you know, realize that. So Home for the Clinically Insane, I feel like I kind of put that because it's like, I feel like Fear Third is kind of like a safe space for anybody with, you know, any mental health issues, or that's going through mental health problems, or just, you feel me, like, you know what I mean? And on the back it says, folks, you can read it. You can read it, right?
Yeah, folks say it feels like mental jail.
Yeah, folks say it feels like a mental jail, and that mental jail is how that whole process felt like to me. It felt like I was trapped inside my mind. So I feel like me putting that on my hoodie, like I feel like it speaks a lot, like it says a lot, and it's still fire. Like,
Twin, that's kind of deep. I was not expecting you to go there. I really wasn't.
Yeah. So
that's really good.
Appreciate
So
it.
what inspired you to like want to put this into clothing? Like your experience.
Well, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like my situation was something that needed to be heard. And I just felt like me wanting to start a brand, like I was kind of brainstorming what I should do with it, like, and then I just thought, well, why not incorporate this, like, because this did change my life. So I feel like if this happened to me, you know, I feel like I can make something good out of it. like get something good out of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I went that route, putting it on clothing. So yeah.
So, has coming to DSU like really helped you with like establishing your clothing brand?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I get a lot of support on camp. Just me being in person, me being around a whole bunch of other African American students, like just me being in a HBCU environment, I feel like it definitely did help my brand grow because we're in person. You can go outside, ask people like, hey, what you think about this? Like you can go to a pop-up shop, people can see your stuff, get all this exposure and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like being at HBCU, especially Delaware State, like I feel like that definitely did help me, establish my brand, you know what I mean? Like find my niche, find what people like, find what people don't like.
Like your audience and
stuff. Yeah, for sure.
So, where are you from and like where you come from, like have anything, where are you from and has like where you from inspired like children?
Well, I'm from Delaware, I'm from Newark, Delaware. Yeah, but where
I thought you were from Jersey this long.
Nah, but I mean, I can't really speak too much on that because me being from Delaware didn't really inspire like me being a brand. But yeah.
So how do you try to stand out? Because a lot of people do have clothing brands. So what do you try to do to make yours like stand out?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, yeah, that's a good question. I feel like my meaning, like I try to put meaning in my pieces, like whether it's just like I know my logo, sweatsuits and stuff, like it's just a logo, but there's meaning behind the name. But like a piece like this, like it's definitely like a piece like this. I feel like it definitely, it definitely makes a statement, and there's a deeper meaning to it's not just words on a hoodie. Like there's a deeper meaning, like all these different people. Like if you can really look close, like these are like random people, like of different shapes and stuff like that. It's kind of looks like a somebody with schizophrenia made it. You feel me? Like I feel like that says a lot. And also, like I have a shirt out that I dropped like I think November. It says what does it say? It said I'm folding right now. What does it say?
Friend, do you know?
Hey, but what the t-shirt say, bro? With the drawing and the words? Come on. I can look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, cut this out. With
the brand?
Yes, bro. I cannot remember this. It says, where is it at?
You looking bad right now.
I am. Oh, here it is. It says, on the road to insanity. So it says on the road to insanity. So like a statement like that, like I feel like people will look at it and be like, oh, like what does it mean? And then go look at my brand meaning, like oh, like it kind of does correlate. You feel me? Because on the road to insanity, like that's how I felt. I felt like I was going insane. Like I felt like I was done for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting that on a hoodie, like it makes a statement and it says something about it. And that's I'm really trying to get people to like. I'm really trying to get people to realize like there's more to just my brand. Like it's not just words on a hoodie. There's meaning to it.
So with something like on the road to insanity, or like even what you have in your hoodie today, do you feel like it's easy for people to like misunderstand your meaning and like what you're trying to say, and like if they do, how do you like steer them to like the right direction? Like this is what you really mean.
Yeah, I definitely do think people could take something like this like wrong, like home for the clinically insane. Like that kind of seems like kind of weird. Like why would you want that on a hoodie? But I like if anybody were to come to me and ask me like, oh, like why do you have that? Like what does that mean? Why do you have that on your hoodie? Because a lot of people ask me what fear third means. Like from when you first hear fear third, you don't know what that means. Like you're just like fear third. Like you just think it's like words on a hoodie, but it's not. And if somebody asks me what that means, like I don't really have like anything to really tell them like on the spot because it's a long story. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But as far as like asking me like meaning of like certain phrases and stuff, like I'll tell them like it's just like testing, like, I don't know, like
that's why I feel like what you went through.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So maybe I could start telling them that, but yeah.
So like, moving forward, what should people like expect more of, and like, what would you try to do like different?
You repeat that?
Like moving forward, like what should people expect from you, like in your brand?
Okay.
And what would you change, like, because you know we're on college campus now, and if you wanna, and if you're taking it like outside to the real world, like what would you do more to like expand yourself?
Okay. Well, your first question, like, what can people expect from me moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, elevate my quality and, just the overall quality of my designs.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, I want to start making more quality clothes, in terms of like how they feel, how they look, because that plays a big part in the clothing business.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like,
cheap clothes.
yeah, I'm trying to steer more towards, China manufacturers and stop, like stay away from Pakistan because it's a big difference. Like these are from China and it's like 10 times. It's 10 times better than Pakistan. So, better quality, better designs too, more thought out designs, more like, before I would just make a design and be like, oh, this is hard. Like, let me get this manufacturer. But now I'm like, I would make a design, I would kind of dwell on it. I would make more designs and kind of, just really put a lot of thought into it. Like, if I really want to drop this, this is worth dropping. Because before I would just make stuff and just put it out just to make a quick dollar. Like, you know what I mean? They don't work like that.
So like you're really hands-on with like your design stuff, because we see that the name is really personal to you. So you're really like hands-on with the designs and like the process of making like the shirts and sweaters and stuff.
Well, actually, yeah. I make all my designs. Like I've never had anybody make
like
them.
by hand.
Like I draw them. Yeah, I draw them. Yeah, Procreate. Like I make all my designs. I do really everything myself. I used to screen print my own shirts. Like I screen print like I did all that because funds were low and I was just like I bought the blanks. I bought the hoodies myself. I would spend hours in the EH, hours in the EH. I remember I was in the EH for like last year. I was in the EH from like 8 p.m. to 5, 6 in the morning. 3 days in a row, just making all my hoodies, making sure everything's for me cool so I can drop. I did that 3 times. I manufactured my own drops 3 different times. First time it was they were shirts. Then I did hoodies. Then I did some more shirts. Like all within the span of 3 days. Like I feel like the thing that separates me from other brands is definitely my work ethic. Like I definitely do have a lot of work ethic. I'm really determined, and I feel like that's what separates me from other people and other brands. So yeah.
What are you majoring in here?
Business management.
Oh, so that like this part to you?
Yeah, but not really. Cause my major was electrical engineering at first, and then I changed it. I changed it last year to business management because it was just like it's literally. I feel like that's just it's like what's available. It's
long. All right, so I know you said like you being in business management doesn't really play a part into like with like your brand and stuff. But do you plan on taking your brand like full time like once you leave college?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I have 3 options when I leave college. Well, because my dad, he has his own electrical business, and he's a master electrician. So, and I've been working with him for like 8 years, like a long time. So, like, it's either I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna take his business over, or I'm gonna do something with my major, or like I can do something with my business. Because I feel like me, working like full time, I feel like it would definitely give me the resources I need, like money and stuff like that, to really fund my business. So I'll probably do both. I'll probably do both.
But you still plan on like continuing on with your brand stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
So what's your favorite part about owning your own clothing brand?
My favorite part, my favorite part is really, walking around campus and seeing people wearing my stuff. Like, I definitely do like that.
That probably feel like really good. Like,
yeah. People I didn't even know. Like, I seen some girl the other day. She had all my stuff, and I'm like, bro, I didn't know I sold that to you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It definitely does feel good. It's definitely an ego boost. Another thing I like is just, I don't know, it's just this brand is really personal to me, and I just feel like me, you know, spending all the time I do, and like, you know, it says something about myself, you know, and it just makes me feel good that like I know like, you know, I can, you know, be dedicated to something, you know, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm like kind of proud of you, like.
Appreciate it.
I wasn't really expecting that because I met Swim, my freshman year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. And like I usually see him outside and you would just be like, could you just be outside? So you just be like, oh, it's nothing going on for real. Yeah. But like to see that you actually have like a meaning stuff behind your brand, and it's actually like a really like deep meaning. It's not just something like, oh, you know, let me just do this. Yeah. And then you got like meanings and stuff on your hoodies and stuff. Yeah. Well, fuck with that. Like that's really nice.
Appreciate it.
So what would you say to were you still nervous?
No.
So what would you say to people in the future who want to create their own clothing brands?
I would just say like be original. Don't copy nobody. Like don't be a copycat. Be original for sure. And just stay true to it. Just keep it close to your heart. If it's really what you want to do, like you can do it. You know, just gotta be willing to put in the work ethic. Be willing to put in the hours. And yeah, just be original. Stay true to yourself and stay true to, you know, what you love. If it's your passion, for me, like stick with it. Don't give up, because like I definitely do. Like I spent countless hours like contemplating if I want to stick with this, if I want to like still do it and stuff. But it's just like I came too far, and I've been through too much with the brand to just give up and quit. So like, just don't. If it's really what you want to do, if it's really what you love, don't quit. Just keep at it, and something like results will show.
So who pushes you the most to like keep going?
Myself. What? Outside of myself?
I mean, if it's just you, you know, one man show, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, yeah, cause yeah. In terms of like my clothing brand, like I would say myself. Yeah.
So do you sometimes find it hard to be like a college student and like own your own brand at the same time?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely hard. Trying to balance the two, trying to balance, you know, the time and like, you know, the time towards school, time toward your brand, time toward like anything else. Like it's definitely hard to balance because my brand takes up a lot of my time, and I just feel like there's like I try and make a schedule. Like I try and only focus on the stuff in my business like at night, because at night is when I'm most productive. So I kind of do like everything at night, like my schoolwork, you know, anything in my business. And I kind of do need to change that because like during the day, like I really just do like, you know, I go hoop, like, you know, I'm not really as productive as I am at night during the day. So yeah.
Alright, so thank you for coming. Thank you for talking about your brand. Where can people find you, your brand, social medias, everything?
Okay, follow my brand page at Fear Third. If you want to go to the website, fearthird.com, and my main page is SwayVK_. SwayVK_.
And you want to talk about the last drop? When was that?
Oh, the last drop. Well, I dropped a week ago on the 31st, January 31st. It's been a week since they've been out, and I don't know if by the time y'all see this, if the site will still be open because it closes in like, what time is it?
3:40.
It closes in like an hour or two, but
why would you think they're going to see this in an hour?
I don't know. But yeah, so yeah. But I am restocking though with a whole bunch of colors and stuff. So y'all should definitely tap in.
Yeah, I actually kind of like want this one now that you like.
Right now that you said it needed.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah.
Especially if you get some sweats or something.
Or
Oh, sweats. Oh, like sweats for like this one specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
yes, but thank you. And bye guys.